Hello, YouTube. Thanks for joining in, and thank you to you for your subscription to my channel. I have made it. We have finally gotten me, and I mean, it didn't take too long, to be honest with you. 2 months of hard work now on my other channel. I've been doing it for almost 2 years, not even close. So really happy that my channel has got to monetization level. So thank you very much for joining me. I'll bring my face down here so you can see for yourself here. So to get monetized on YouTube, as in when you're able to start making moolah money, you need 1,000 subscribers. So you can see you've got me to 1,029. You also need 4,000 hours of watch time within a 365-day period, and I've hit that. I'm just over. So thank you very much to you for hitting that subscribe button. One stat that I noticed is that 15% of the people that are subscribed to this channel have also hit the little bell icon next to it, which means that you're notified when a video is playing. And if you're probably watching this during the live premiere, you probably hit that. I think that I saw the YouTube average is 5 to 10%. So hey, 15% of you hit the button. Thanks so much for doing that. You've made my weekend better, and I'm really happy that I get to share these moments with you. So today's video is going to be on MSTY and NVDY, how they're doing, also what I've done over the last 3 days with my position, and I want to talk to you about future goals as well. So stay tuned for that. Again, thank you so much for joining me, and at the end of the video, I have just some of my testing that I did with this microphone prior to the video starting. I don't know if it's a blooper, but just, you know, a little behind the scenes of what I do over here. So yeah, let's get right into it here. I'll bring my face back down there. Let's talk about MSTY, Mister. These are stock symbols for the underlying stock MicroStrategy. So if you want to go find out the price of MicroStrategy, just go to Google, type in MSTR, that's the symbol. And so this is a company called MicroStrategy. If you're watching this video, you probably are an investor in MSTY, MSTY. And so this is you know what MSTY writes their calls on, right? Their puts, their calls, all of that good stuff. They do it on MicroStrategy. So MicroStrategy is having a great day today. Right now it is, I'm on lunch. It's at 12 o'clock here on Monday, September the 9th. Going up 7% so far. Now that has fluctuated quite a bit up and down today, as you can see, but it's been a good day. Now, if you look at the last 6 months, slightly down. If you look at the last month, again, just slightly down, 10%. I mean, that's not that slight, but over the last 5 days, down 7%, and then today up 7%. So what I want to do, I want to go to Yieldmax's website. I'll link Yieldmax's website down below. And if you want to take a look at this, you just simply go up to our ETFs, and then you scroll down to MSTY or whichever fund you're involved in. MSTY, I've had it for, I think, 4 months now, and it's been really good to me. My average price is hovering around that $28. We are supposed to get paid today, but some of the brokerages are taking their time. The rumor around the water cooler is that Charles Schwab's taking his time to pay out. I'm with Questrade, so we usually get it a day later because they have to convert the funds to Canadian, and they have to do the taxes and all that good stuff. So I wasn't expecting mine today, but I currently have MSTY drip turned on, which I've turned off, but that's going to take 3 to 4 business days over at Questrade. So what's going to happen is I have 75 shares of MSTY, so it's going to pay me $1.85 per share, and then it's going to automatically buy me more shares, which should be what, right around 5 shares it's going to purchase me. I also took some cash on Friday and bought an extra share of it there too on the ex-dividend day, which was on the 6th. I wanted to get it on the day that it dropped, so that next month I'm lowering my dollar cost average, and I'm still getting that premium every single month. So I'm happy with $1.85. You can see here, I'll just zoom into it a little bit better for you. You can see that it's the lowest payment so far, but I mean, anything over $1.50 is good for me. So that's what's happening with Misty. Let's take a look at what to expect for the week coming up here. And man, this is the easiest chart I've ever looked at on the Yieldmax website. They've kind of made this fund pretty simplified. There's not a lot of action going on with it. So you have your cash at the top up here, and then you have your synthetic options. So that's for October 18th, a month and a bit from now. So the price that they want the synthetic option, they want the underlying to get to, is above $139. So again, if we take a look at today, it's at 122 as of 12 p.m. But that price definitely goes up and down with the price of Bitcoin. So that's about 40-ish days away, so $139. So there's really only one option happening this week. It's this bad boy right here. So that's going to be for this Friday of $132. Again, we don't really want the price of Mr. to rise above $132. If it does, the fund managers will be forced to close that option, and they'll have to pay money for that to happen. So anything under 132 for the week is good. If we take a look at the price today, $8. So if it did this again tomorrow, we'd be at 130. It would be getting really, really close. With 4.5 trading days left, having a fluctuation like it is today, that could be bad for us in our back pocket. But, if it gets close to that, it's a long runway up. So how's that going to benefit us? So if it does go up, so does the share price of NVIDY. So that's the positive there, right? So I would love for Mr. to get to $131 by Friday, thus raising the price of our MSTY shares. But over 132 would be bad for us. We wouldn't like that, because then we would have to, and I say we all the time, but the fund managers would have to spend money to close that option, and that is not an option that I like. All right, that's awesome. So that's MSTY. Fingers crossed that it just has a steady uphill all week. That's the goal. That's the thought. That's the hopes. What are you thinking about with that one? Let's move on to NVIDY. So I'm going to go to the NVIDY stock first. $104. It's up 2% today so far, which is good, considering if we take a look at the last 5 days, it was down 10%. The last month here, still up just a little bit over the month. 6 months up 22%, which is really good. And over the last year, 132%. So let's go back to the 1 day here of $2.37, which is good. Let's take a look at the NVIDY in Yieldmax's website here. Again, I went to our ETFs. NVIDY is over on the right under NVIDY there, NVDY. They have synthetic options, calls, and puts on NVIDIA, which is arguably one of the top companies in the world right now. Lots of reasons why last week it went down. The rumor was that they had a hit against them. It's a bad way of saying it, but the DOJ said that they had they were kind of investigating them because they thought that NVIDIA was selling their chips to only who they wanted to, not to everybody that wanted the product, and that could have created a monopoly. Now, NVIDIA also came back out and said, no, that didn't happen. So who knows? Who knows what happened with that one? But that's why last week it was so volatile. Now, volatility is good for premiums. Premiums are what we're collecting to create these distributions. So volatility is always good. So take a look at the past distributions. Now, I just want to say a couple things. I am not a financial advisor. I have no financial background. I'm just a guy. I have a job. I work. And I trade these funds and collect the premiums and the distributions and then communicate those to you. One thing that I've realized, and you can take a look at the chart here, past performance doesn't mean that the same thing's going to happen in the future. You can see down on the chart there, they had some massive distributions and then some lower ones there as well. Again, I'm pretty happy with the $1.35 per share. Big news for me. I met my cap of NVIDIA on Friday. What I did was took some cash from my bank account and I took it over to my investing platform, and I bought those 14 shares on the ex dividend date. So what I'm going to end up doing is when I get paid tomorrow is take that cash out of my brokerage and put it back into my bank account. And that's the hope for me, is that I can buy on that ex dividend date every single month to purchase more and more shares. So I'm done pillar one, which is NVDY. Over. I'm just going to collect those premiums and take those premiums and invest them in other things. And then, try and build that second, third pillar at the same time. So if you watched my last video that got just over 4,000 views, insane for my volume of channel here, I talked about buying QDTE. I'm still in. I'm going to be making that happen. I'm a very small time investor compared to some. So, I'll buy 2 or 3 shares every single month, and then we'll go from there, right? So as soon as that MSTY position is totally filled out, then I'm gonna go basically all in. I hate when people say that because things change, right? Things change, but I'm gonna be investing more heavily into QDTE at that time. So, yeah, like I said in that video, 6-month trend, or I'm gonna do a 6-month investment. If it's still doing well 6 months from now, then we'll keep going. If not, I won't invest any more into it, and I'll go into something else. XDT could be pretty good, but I digress. Let's move back over here to NVDY, right? So I'll scroll down on the page here, and we'll take a look at its weekly and synthetic option here. Now, this is a big time contrast to the MSTY page. This one has so much going on. So it has essentially 2 synthetics that are happening. I'll go with the higher one first here. It ends next week on the 20th. That math payout, yep, it does. $116, 48,940. So, are they going to get there? Well, if NVIDIA continues to rise every single day, there isn't any like Fed talk or anything like that this week. So who knows what will happen with that. But if NVIDIA continues to rise, then it could happen. $116 by the end of next week. So again, the goal for synthetics is that the price of the underlying is above that for us to make money. And then the goal for the weeklies is for the price to be under. So we have 2 weekly calls here. Oh, actually, no, let me finish off that synthetic talk. So we got the 116 ending 2 weeks from now. So not this week, but next week. And then we have a lower one ending in October, $109, more reasonable. 38,000 shares on that one. So again, $109. Right now we're at 105. So far looking good on that one. The reason that they did that is because I think they were going to get completely smoked on this 116. So they want to kind of cover their butt a little bit and still make some money on synthetic options. That's my guess. So we have 2 weeklies that are ending this week. We have the 115 and we have the 118. You can see 2,400 and then a big bad boy here of 84,500. So the weekly goal here is to stay under that 115 and the 118 for sure. Which so far, knock on wood, we're doing all right. We're $10 under the one and 13 under the other. That's good. We make money on these if it does stay under that for sure. So again, for me, I have purchased my cap, my personal cap on NVDY. Oof, big difference. My personal cap is completed as of right now with NVDY. I'll just continue to collect the distributions every single month. And I'm going to take that money, I'm going to put it elsewhere, either MSTY, QDTE, will determine at those times. So QDTE looking pretty cute to me. I do like the weekly distributions, and I'm excited to see that compound over time. Tell me, what are you guys investing in this week if you have any extra cash? If you take the money from your distributions, where are you putting it? Are you taking it to fund your retirement in Mexico? Make me jealous. Yeah, that's the goal for me, retirement. So that's why I'm doing this. That's why I am investing. I want to retire as soon as humanly possible. Yeah, a little bit of personal news. I'm doing my real estate license right now here in Ontario. It is a beast of a course. It takes a long time, so I've been doing it for a little bit now. I've started my simulation course for it this past weekend, so I'm currently on a working 16 days in a row work and simulation course, 16 days in a row of doing stuff. So I'm going to try and make these videos happen as best as possible. And I definitely appreciate your support with the likes, with the comments, and with the subscribes. So let's keep that going. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. I'm sure we'll be talking before then. Thanks for tuning in. Bye for now. Hello, YouTube. How are you? My name is Mike. Thanks for joining me today on Health and Wealth. Let's get rich. Testing the microphone 1, 2, 3. Is there an echo? How do you guys feel about this microphone? It's doing well. Is this room too hollow? Do we need to put some padding in here? Let's test it from here. Is it better? Hello. How are you, YouTube? Test, test, test. 1, 2, 3, 4.